This box might completely change the game for long-range FPV. What's happening, guys? Welcome to this video. Today we're going to be doing some long-range FPV flying and testing out a component that I have been waiting for the last couple weeks because I'm so excited to test it out, because theoretically this will extend my FPV's long-range capabilities by a ton. But before I tell you guys what it is and actually test it, we're going to be doing a baseline test just to check the range on my setup without it. Today I'm going to be flying the GetRC Moz 7, which is definitely one of my favorite long-range drones out there. It's small, easy to travel with, and you can just send it out to crazy far distances. Then I'm going to have the DJI Goggles 2, and then the DJI remote controller. And of course, on top, a GoPro Hero 12. So anyways, let's get this thing up in the air and do this first baseline test. All right, guys, so we are off. And I just wanna quickly talk about kind of like more in depth into the gear that I'm using as we fly out. First off, using the DJI Goggles 2 and the DJI controller. Some people use Crossfire, some people use ELRS. I've had great luck with the DJI RC, so that's what I use. Usually when I'm doing long range stuff, it's actually the goggles that sort of cut out first. Hence why I'm trying this new equipment, just to try to prevent that. Gonna hit this little ridge line here as I come out. Usually when I do long range, I typically get out to anywhere between 2.3 and 2.6 kilometers. I've seen people use the thing that I'm about to use to go way, way further than that. So I am super stoked to finally try it out. But yeah, honestly, for the most part, 2.6, 3 kilometers, like that's good enough to do most really dope mountain dives and big stuff like that. So if we can get more than that, that's awesome. I also want to address the giant battery that I'm using. Typically I wouldn't fly with this battery on this drone, but my other ones aren't working super well, so I grabbed the big ones. They are 8,000 milliamp hour lithium ion batteries, which I actually love using. They're a little less zippy than LiPo, but they just last for forever. With this battery on this drone, I could probably get a flight time of like 15, 20 minutes or something like that. All right, we're at like 2.3 kilometers and I'm getting yellow bars, and it's telling me that connection is getting weak. So I'm gonna go a little bit further, try out a couple times, and just see if that goes away or gets worse. So it's getting quite worse. So I'm gonna send it back. I think that's a good baseline. If we get any further than this without any yellow bars, we know it's working. So yeah, I'm gonna just zoom back. So enjoy the ride back, and I'll talk to you on the next flight. All right, so now we are finally going to open this box and get these things installed. These are Helical antennas for the DJI Goggles too. So there's 2 of these things. They're basically just massive antennas that help amplify the signal from your goggles. I've seen some crazy videos, people going out like ridiculous distances with these things, so I'm excited. Nothing too complicated here. All you need to do is, so there's gonna be an L and a right, L and an R on these, and all you do is you take your antennas, your normal ones, and you just pop those off like that, and then that goes in like so. Cool, so this looks completely ridiculous and also really awesome. But we are good to go. I'm gonna set these antennas in my bag and then get up in the air and let's do it. Let's see, satellites, we're good to go. We are off. Okay, so I am going to first just kind of zoom in here. Around this area. And then head out over the main zone under the power lines, which is always sketchy. We are at 500, 600 meters now. Do a little zoom in here. All right. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing as last time. Try to go to literally the exact same spot just to keep the test consistent. Everything's looking good so far. Definitely no service cutout yet. These things do look completely ridiculous, which is kind of funny. But if they work, I'm bringing them everywhere. Just gonna let the drone fly itself for a second. If you got a good tuned quad, it'll stay straight. Okay, we are at 1.8 kilometers and climbing. And there is a slithery little bird right next to me, which is kind of weird. All right, so we're at 2.1. 2.2, 2.3. Still have 0 yellow bars, which is amazing because definitely by this time last flight, the yellow bars showed up. .5 kilometers, still absolutely nothing. No yellow bars or anything. Yeah, I mean, even just, I can already tell, like, these made a big difference. We're just coming up on 3 kilometers. Still literally no issues whatsoever. I'm gonna climb and kind of just go this way. 3.2 kilometers. No problems. Wow, this is nuts. Just gonna check out my home point real quick to make sure I'm all good. Yeah, still clear line of sight. So I'm just gonna keep going. 3.4, 3.5. Check on my home point. The worst thing that can happen in long-range FPV is if you just lose line of sight, so that's why I keep checking. Wow, this is insane. This is 100% the furthest I've ever flown an FPV drone, and I'm getting no issues at all. Wow. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of staticky service, which is to be expected, but like I'm not getting any red or yellow bars at all, which is completely ridiculous to me. So I'm gonna gain some height and keep going a little further. Okay. RC is getting a little bit low. It's just yellow, it's not red. So that makes me a little nervous. I'm just gonna keep going a little bit more. Everything is back, 4.3. Wow, this is just completely nuts. I think I'll turn around at 4.5. I think I probably can go quite a bit further. Wow, look how far out I am. Holy shit. That is completely absurd. I think I can go quite a bit further. Yeah, I just like this spot that I chose isn't really advantageous for going further than this, just because there's a risk of going behind the mountain. But wow, that was insane. So now I'm just gonna have some fun ripping down these mountains. And when you guys are flying long range, just keep in mind, like literally the biggest trick, biggest hack is just to keep where you took off in plain view. So I know that I took off at that little tiny ridgeline in the distance. So I'm just gonna make sure that I never can't see that. Wow, this is so epic. Yeah, so Helical antennas, I think I'm saying that right, I'm not entirely sure. I'm definitely not gonna travel anywhere without them where I'm doing long range FPV. That was amazing. Literally couldn't even get outside of the range of them, which is so awesome. And 4.5 kilometers, that's like enough range to do pretty much anything. Like I said in the past, 3 kilometers is pretty much enough to do anything you'd want to do. So that just like extends the range and extends the possibilities a ton. This was a super, super fun flight. And I know you guys have heard me talk about this on my channel before, but if you are interested in using the same LUTs that I use to color grade to get that cinematic look on my footage, I'll leave a link down below to my my LUT pack. As I've said before, it's a super simple pack of 4 LUTs. Most LUT packs come with like a bazillion, which just makes it more confusing. So I just got 4 super solid ones that I've used for years. All right, coming in, don't hit the power lines, don't hit the power lines. And okay. All right, successful test. So I will definitely link these down in the description below. I have no idea if it's gonna be an affiliate link or not, but you definitely should buy them either way. These things extended my range by so much. Just looking here and looking where I flew is ridiculous. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Link for these antennas is down in the description. Link for my drone is down in the description, and link for my LUTs is down in the description. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.